Hi children, it is good to talk to you once again through this video. Once again I welcome you all to civics class. We are learning about the lesson title, what is democracy, why democracy. So in this video, in the last video, I have made known to you the genesis of democracy, the features of democracy, and later I told you the undemocratic rulers, particularly in countries such as Pakistan and in China. Up to that, we discussed in the last video. And now, under the same heading and title, what is democracy and why democracy? Now I would like to tell you today the case of Mexico. Okay? Yes, still some undemocratic governments are found in some countries, and now let us discuss what they are. Okay? Case of Mexico. Mexico, a Central American country. Mexico became independent in the year 1930 from the foreign yoke, and in the year 1930 Mexico became independent from the foreign yoke, and later it holds elections after every 6 years to elect its president. For every 6 years, elections are held or conducted there in Mexico for the post of president. For the position of the president, for every 6 years, elections are generally conducted there. And till 2000 year, every election was won by a single political party, and that is called PRI. PRI, which means Institutional Revolutionary Party. Shortly, it is called as PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. And this single party, which had won the elections every year. So till 2000 year, from 1930, this is the only party that had won the elections in every elections. And now this PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party, which was known to use many corrupt practices to win elections. That is the secret. Because in every election, they resorted to so many undemocratic and corrupt practices. So they use all the dirty tricks in elections. That is why they are winning in every elections, my dear children. So it was known to use all the corrupt practices to win elections. They were not following the fair methods, but they follow unfair methods in every elections. That is why they are coming to power after every election. So all those who were employed in government offices had to attend its party meetings. All the employees, yes, they were forced to attend the party meetings. But whereas in countries like India, here the government employees are not involved in the party affairs of the government. But unfortunately here in Mexico, even the government officials were also forced, they were compelled to attend the party meetings. And not only that, the teachers here, teachers of the government schools, used to force parents to vote for PRI. How awesome it is. Teachers are forced, yes, government teachers were forced the parents to vote for PRI party. Yes, all the government teachers there in Mexico were forced, the parents to vote for PRI. So that is why easily they are getting absolute majority in Mexico. In every election, they are winning only because of these bad and cheap tricks that were played by this PRI party. They were coming to power. So the teachers of the government school used to force parents to vote for PRI in every election. And there was no way the ruling party could be defeated. Even if people were against it, every election, after every election, this party only coming to power, my dear. So there was no question of a defeat for this political party. Even though the people turned against this party, even though the people were against it, the same political party coming to power after every election, my dear children. So this is the case of Mexico, because the political party here, the PRI party, which was playing dirty tricks in every political party, in every elections. That is why this political party getting absolute majority after every election and coming to power. So that is about the case of Mexico. Now I will show you the map of Mexico. You just take a look at this map, my dear children. Here is the USA, North America, and here the Central America, Mexico. It is situated in the Central America. So this is okay, my dear children. Now, one person, one vote, one value. Okay, now let us discuss about this. The principle of universal adult franchise is accepted by almost all over the world, and today all the democratic countries are following universal adult franchise. That means all people or the adult citizens are given a right to vote. So all the adult can use the right to vote. They can exercise their vote in the elections. So almost all the democratic countries today in the world are following the universal adult franchise. So that is the principle of universal adult franchise, which is accepted by almost all over the world, including India. But there are many instances, but still there are some countries, and there are many instances of denial of the equal right to vote. There are some countries where we cannot see this universal adult franchise. There we cannot see the part of the citizens in the elections because they are not following universal adult franchise. They are not following the principle of universal adult franchise because there is no equal right to vote in those countries. Now I would like to tell you what they are. Okay, now in case of the case of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, a Gulf nation where women do not have the right to vote. Women in Saudi Arabia where they do not have a right to vote. Yes, so many restrictions are there upon the Saudi Arabian women. So they do not have a right to vote. So later, okay, now I will show you the map of Saudi Arabia, just to see. Okay, is the prince of Saudi Arabia. Dear children, see, in Saudi Arabia where women do not have the right to vote, that means they are not following the principle of universal adult franchise. Next, Estonia, another important country here. Estonia. Yes, Estonia has made its citizenship rules in such a way that people belonging to Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote. In Estonia, you know very well, Europe. It is in the northern Europe. It is also a very important country in Europe. And Europe is known for all that development, but unfortunately there are some countries where we can see there is no equal right to vote, such as here Estonia is of that kind. Estonia is in the northern Europe, and it has made its citizenship rules in such a way that people belonging to Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote. There in Estonia, the Estonians are the majority and Russians were a minority. So the Russian minorities, previously Estonia was part and parcel of Russia, but later Estonia got liberated from its clutches, and later it emerged as an independent nation, and later now the Russian minority people were not given a right to vote. Only the Estonians, okay, the majority people, Estonians, enjoy the right to vote, but whereas the minority people, Russians, okay, the people who are speaking Russian language there in Estonia won't have they won't get a right to vote. It is very difficult for them to get a right to vote. It's okay. Now, and here is the Estonian map. You just take a look at this map, my dear children. It is the Gulf of Finland, and here it is the Baltic Sea. Now it is situated in the northern Europe. Okay, hope you have seen this. Okay, okay. So, my dear children, in Estonia, remember that there is no a democratic pattern of government, because the rulers are showing some discrimination towards its citizens. Actually, all the citizens should be given a right to vote, but unfortunately here, there in Estonia, where the government is not at all giving right to vote to all its citizens. So the Russian minorities feel difficulty to get the right to vote in Estonia. Okay, and now let me tell you about the Fiji, another important one. Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fijian has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. See, for example, Fiji, it is in the midst of Pacific Ocean, my dear children. I will show you the map. Take a look at this. Here is the Fiji map of Fiji, and it is in the Pacific Ocean. It is in the southern Pacific Ocean. Fiji, it is in the southern Pacific Ocean, and even our Indians, were there, because some hundreds of years ago, our Indians went to Fiji as laborers to work in the plantation, to work in the sugarcane plantation as laborers some hundreds of years ago, particularly from the state of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. People in large number went to Fiji as laborers, and later they grew very strong in Fiji. They became very strong politically, socially, and economically. They grew very strong, and they took part in their in country's politics. So in Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of indigenous Fijian has more value than that of Indian Fijian. So there in Fiji, there is a discrimination towards the non-Fijian citizens, because the Fijian citizens' vote has more value. The indigenous Fijian has more value than that of Indian Fijian. So there is no equality. Okay, there is no equality at all. The native or indigenous Fijian vote has more value than that of Indian Fijian. So there is no equality at all in this regard. So in such a way, the Fijian government is showing discrimination towards the non-Fijian citizens in respect of right to vote. Okay. Democracy is actually based upon the fundamental principle of political equality, but unfortunately it is not found in some countries. Actually, a democratic country is based upon a fundamental principle of political equality, but unfortunately that political equality is not found in some democratic countries. Just before, we have studied in Saudi Arabia and in Estonia and in Fiji, where we cannot see the political equality. But frankly speaking, a democracy is based upon a fundamental principle of political equality. That means all the citizens in a country should be granted political equality irrespective of their caste, color, creed, sex and place of birth. Every citizen must be given political equality. But unfortunately, in these countries where we can see discrimination, okay, right. In a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote, and each vote must have one value. Yes, in a democracy, each citizen must have one vote, and that vote should have or must have one value. Yes, each vote must have one value. But whereas so far in all these countries where the votes all the votes are not having the same value. Okay, the indigenous people are having their vote are having a much value rather than the non-residents of their respective countries. So this is the things that are going on in these nations. But frankly speaking, every person, one person, one vote, one value, and this is the principle which is being followed by every democratic country. Okay. A rule of law and respect for rights. Now let me tell you about the rule of law. What is the rule of law? All are equal before law. That is the rule of law. Every democratic nation stands for it. It stands for rule of law. All are equal. All are equally treated in a nation. That is the rule of law. And there is a respect for rights of the citizens in a democracy. Almost in every democratic country where the rule of law is existing, and the government should respect the rights of the people. Yes. But whereas still we see in some countries where there is no rule of law and there is no respect for individual rights. Okay. And I'm going to tell you Zimbabwe. Okay, yes, here it is a country, Zimbabwe, where Zimbabwe actually it was under the control of the British. Okay, for several years, and at last, when they fought against the British yoke for freedom, at last it got freedom in the year 1980. Okay, Zimbabwe attained independence from white minority British rule in the year 1980. And from then onwards, the country has been ruled by a single party, that is ZANU. Okay, Zimbabwe African National Union. PF means Patriotic Front. That is the full name of the political party, and this political party was in power since 1980. Since 1980, this party ZANU PF political party was in power, and this party was ruled by leader of this party was Robert Mugabe, and this ZANU PF, this party has led the freedom struggle. Yes, before 1980. Yes, during the freedom struggle of Zimbabwe, this ZANU PF, this political party, played a significant role. Okay, and this party fought against the British white minority government for freedom, and that is why this political party, after the attainment of independence, this political party came to power. Okay, the leader of this party was Robert Mugabe, my dear, and Robert Mugabe has been the president of this country since independence. That is, since 1980, he has been the president of Zimbabwe, and he uses unfair practices in elections. Yes, when he became the president of Zimbabwe, and he used all the unfair practices and unfair methods to come to power. And in every election, this man used unfair methods and practices. And not only that, television and radio were under the control of government. Television and radio were under the control of government, because in all the elections, and rigging, yes, so the common feature there in every election, and they resort to all the rigging, and they terrorized the people to vote for them. So all these unfair methods and practices followed by Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe. And Robert Mugabe was thrown out of power at last, because people could not bear it, and another political party came to power, and Robert Mugabe was thrown out of power after 37 long years. Yes, Robert Mugabe was thrown out of power after 37 long years by another person, Emerson Mnangagwa. In the year 2007, this person, Mnangagwa, came to power in the year 2007, my dear children. Okay, children. So it was Robert Mugabe who was thrown out of power after 37 years, long period. by Emerson Mnangagwa in the year 2017. In the year 2017, okay, he was overthrown by Mnangagwa. So, after serving 37 years as president of Zimbabwe, and he was replaced by Mnangagwa in the year 2017, my dear children. Now to take a look at the map. Take a look at the map here. And here is the Zimbabwe. It is in the Africa, Southern Africa. And here is the leader of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe. Okay, Robert Mugabe. So at last, okay, he was dethroned in the year 2017. Okay, then later Mnangagwa became the president of Zimbabwe. Okay, dear children. Okay, right. In the next video, we shall discuss the other topics. Okay, I shall explain to you the other topics that are coming. Okay, under this heading. What is democracy? Why democracy? Okay, keep watching. Okay, till then, goodbye, dear children. Thank you. Bye.